Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today, man, we're going to be talking about Fousey, and I feel like this is a video that I'm, making today, but I feel like this is a video that could probably be made once or twice a year, almost verbatim, and everything I say still pretty much applies 100%, and that's because Fousey is entirely incapable of handling himself like a normal human being. I mean, this is somebody who has been given chance after chance after chance to redeem himself and to just, figure everything out. But even though people constantly give him chances, he's been given the opportunity to make millions upon millions of dollars living his dream. Fousey continues to just crash out and ruin his life at virtually every turn. And this most recent one, I really wish in a way that this would just be the last time we have to fucking hear about this guy, because like I said, he does this thing where he gets opportunities handed to him all the time that frankly he doesn't deserve, and then he completely squanders them in the most just loud, reckless, ridiculous way, and then he just bursts into a ball of tears and cries like a child, and he constantly, uses his mental health as a shield. Oh, but my mental health, don't you guys feel bad about me for my mental health? Oh my god, it's so terrible being me. All this woe is me shit, right? And I know it probably sounds, so far at least in the first minute and a half of this video, right? I probably sound like I'm being a little bit too harsh, but really, I don't think I am. I think we're at the point where all of this sympathy bullshit for Fousey, oh, I feel bad for him because he's going through stuff, it's gotta end, okay? It has to end at some point. I understand mental health is important and, it affects the way people act, but at a certain point when you've been, once again, given chance after chance to fix the problem and to, come back with a new slate or whatever, you really shouldn't just be constantly placated and given more chances because you're incapable of doing it. So, Fousey has gotten himself banned off of Kick, realistically should be charged with assault and be in jail right now, and is basically ruined everything all over again for really what seems like no reason. So the clip we're about to take a look at that kind of sparked everything here is a clip of Fousey. He was on stream the other day, and I guess he ended up firing one of his employees for whatever reason. I think it was his manager, and he literally commits textbook assault on stream. Now, I'm gonna have to cut the exact point where he punches the employee because of YouTube guidelines, but you're gonna pretty clearly be able to see and hear what takes place. So
After grabbing suitcase or Adam?
No, Adam grabbing suitcase. You get the fuck out of my house.
It's
What?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so even early on in this clip, I just want to point out, right, the other guy is not being belligerent, he's not being violent, he's not being aggressive, anything like that, the guy getting fired, but you can see by Fousey's body language and the fact that he's screaming at this guy like a fucking idiot, Fousey is already, being aggressive, being just fucking idiotic. So I don't want to hear the, oh, self-defense, any of that shit. There was no self-defense here. The guy is clearly walking away, he's just been fired, he's getting degraded by this fucking idiot who can't go 3 months without ruining his life on the internet, right? This is the kind of person that Fousey really is, right? I just want to highlight that before we go any further, because everyone, oh, well, what about the moments where, he's sincere and kind-hearted? They're all fake. They're all fake moments where he's just trying to get whatever it is that he wants. He acts that way so people think that he's nice and, they give him opportunities or they help him out, whatever it may be, right? He's not actually a nice person.
Well, try to come to my face that I paid for with a job that was gonna change your life.
Shit.
Yeah, because you ain't worth shit.
Alright, so the employee accuses Fousey of not paying him really anything worth meaning and whatnot, and I guess Fousey's response to that is, yeah, I didn't pay you enough because you weren't worth shit. So this is Fousey openly admitting that he underpays his staff, and he knowingly underpays his staff, and his reasoning and rationale for why that is because apparently they're not worth shit. They're not worth paying shit. They're not worth treating like people, because Fousey's rich and he's famous, brah, and he can do whatever he wants. Because eventually everybody's gonna end up feeling bad for him because he's gonna talk about my mental health.
Go work at Chuck E. Cheese. Suck my come here, make me stuff.
Alright, so he tells the employee to go work at Chuck E. Cheese and then calls him the F slur, and then the employee, or the ex-employee, tells him to suck his dick, right? And I guess Fousey's best reaction in his head that he could come up with is to holler out, "Make me suck your dick," while he tries to go after the guy. Why would you say that? Like, I don't know, man. With any level of self-awareness, why the fuck would you say that out loud? Like, you're in a confrontation with some guy and you're on camera yelling, "Make me suck your dick." Why would you yell that? You know, I don't know, man. I feel like any man automatically knows, bro. Like, if you're in some situation like this, I think that's the last thing you need to be fucking screaming for the cameras, bro. And so, you know, he charges this guy. I guess like a bystander tries to get in the way. Fousey ends up punching this guy in the fucking face. The employee leaves or whatever, and Fousey continues going on. He says the N-word, tells this guy to say it to his face, which the guy did say it to his face, and then Fousey asked him to make him suck his dick and then assaulted the guy. So this was like one of the big moments that brought it all down, right? Because obviously, you know, you can't just go around fucking punching people in the face because you don't like, you know, what they're saying or whatever. I mean, sure, that's cool in school or whatever, like, you know, that's what people think is fire. You know, you think that shit's cool in jail. You think that shit's cool when you're not the one facing the repercussions of it, right? But ultimately, man, you gotta know better. I mean, especially, I had to look this up, by the way, because it's that hard to tell. This is a 34-year-old man, okay? Fousey is 34 years old, according to the internet. And he's incapable of even handling himself like a teenage child, you know? He's literally acting as if he's 11 years old because I guess he doesn't view his employees as shit. So in just a few seconds, we've had Fousey openly admit he pays his employees like shit because he doesn't view them as proper or whatever. He committed assault on camera. And so he destroyed his opportunity once again. Now, Kick, the platform, you know, everyone's been streaming on, the place with all the, like, goofy streamers and shit, right? I guess they offered Fousey this big multi-million-dollar contract if he could just act like a normal human being and not be a fucking idiot on stream for 7 minutes, right? And you would think any normal person, right? Well, if I could make $10 million or whatever to just not, you know, assault my ex-employees on stream, have sex with drunk women in the bathrooms of airports, swap myself saying that somebody has a gun to my head and tell the police that. You would think if you just could manage to not do shit like that for about 5 minutes, right, that maybe $10 million in your pocket or whatever would be pretty goddamn cool. Well, apparently not the Fousey, right? Because he just can't stop, okay? And the reason he can't stop is because approximately of these contracts and shit like that. He's constantly given new opportunities by all these people who feel sympathy for him, they feel sorry for him, and the reason they feel sorry for him is exactly what's about to come next, right? So Kick ended up banning Fousey after all of this shit happened, right? Which honestly, I think is a good thing. I think you should be banned for doing shit like this, right? So he's pretty much been kicked out of every other opportunity, right? He can't really do YouTube and all this other shit, I'm pretty sure. That's why he was on Kick in the first place. And so now he really doesn't have any other options unless somebody once again offers him a fucking life raft he doesn't deserve. And so he had a mental breakdown over the entire thing, right? So he gets banned and then he films this fucking stupid video doing what he always does. So there's this thing I call the Fousey cycle, right? Where you make a complete moron of yourself and you victimize other people. That's the first step. You victimize other people and act like the biggest entitled dickhead on the planet. You just ruin your reputation, just torch yourself, right? Now we're going into step 2. Play victim, cry wolf.
Look, I'm gonna try my best not to cry. I've been under so much stress because I promised Eddie and Akil I wouldn't crash out like last year. That my adrenaline shot up and I don't even remember the last 48 hours now that I'm out of it.
All right, so here we are, I guess Fousey's own words. I crashed out again and I ruined my opportunity again and I can't remember anything I did. Dude, you're 34 years old. It's time to give it the fuck up, man, okay? You're a 34-year-old man-child. You're on here fucking crying like you're 11 years old because you ruined your own fucking opportunity. This moron is wearing a fucking diamond-encrusted watch while sitting here crying, I ruined all my opportunities and no one likes me anymore. Yeah, I wonder why that is, man. I wonder why everyone doesn't like you anymore. Is it because this is like the 19th time that you've done shit like this and ruined your career? I mean, I think frankly, me and other people, we're just tired of seeing it. We're tired of hearing about it, right? Every 6 months, this fucking idiot just ruins whatever he has going on because he can't stop himself from acting like a fucking moron. Like he acts because, oh, I have mental health problems, so you gotta feel sorry for me. You can't hold anything I do against me, man. As if he's the only person in the history of man who's dealt with mental health crisis, right? He's the only person ever, right, to have something going on in his life. What Fousey and people who defend him fail to understand for whatever reason is just because you have mental health issues or whatever, that doesn't hold you away from consequences. That doesn't bar you from reaping what you sow, my friend. That's part of life. It turns out that when you go around and you're pissing up everybody else's legs and you're spitting in their fucking soup and you're being an asshole to everybody, right? It turns out that people don't like you anymore, man. That's kind of how that fucking works, bro. If I got on here every single day and was just doing the shit that Fousey did, people would hate me too. And that would be the case for anybody. But he feels that because, oh, I had a bad mental day, man, you gotta feel bad for him. No, I don't. Sorry. This era of everybody coddling Fousey as if he's a child needs to stop. We would never do this for anybody else, okay? The truth is, Fousey is just the product of a bygone era, okay? He's just a crash out. It is what it is. He's a fucking crash dummy. The guy always finds a way to ruin it, and he does the same shit that was like cool in 2015 or whatever, right? That's the mentality he's stuck in. He's stuck 10 years prior where you could do shit like this and people might turn a blind eye. This shit can't happen anymore, man, you know? When you're going around and you're assaulting people on live stream and you're fucking hitting them and you're acting like an idiot and shit, that all goes out the window, bro. Oh, but my mental health. Yeah, did you think about the mental health of the guy you just punched in the fucking face and told wasn't worth paying anything and that he should go work at fucking Chuck E. Cheese F-slur and all this other shit, right? Oh, but remember, Fousey, he doesn't remember anything because of the adrenaline, guys. You gotta feel bad for him. He doesn't even remember all the bad shit that he does to people. This is just, it's such a narcissistic cycle where he abuses everybody around him and he treats them like shit and he does shit he's not supposed to do and then he tries to walk it back by, I don't remember doing it. I don't remember acting this way, guys. Please feel sorry for me.
And now that I calm down, I'm realizing all the destruction that I caused, that this happens to me all the time. I'm not even gonna sit here and say sorry but like I'm trying to explain to y'all, like, now that my adrenaline dumped and I'm back to Yusuf, and I open Twitter and I see what Fousey did, I'm like, I feel so much better now, though. I feel free. I feel so free.
All right, so he says some pretty interesting stuff here that I think really just highlights the entire thing. Like, it highlights what he really thinks about everything, right? Because while he puts on these fronts like, I'm so sorry for what I did. I can't believe when my adrenaline was high that I did the things that I did. I don't even remember doing them, right? He then goes on to say, I'm not even gonna say sorry. Now, you might be thinking, well, he's not going to say sorry because he thinks that people won't believe him, which might be true, and people might not believe him, but for good reason. But the real reason why he's saying, I'm not going to say sorry, is because he doesn't actually think he did anything wrong. He doesn't view the shit that he does as being wrong or not acceptable or not okay. He thinks it's fine because he has mental health problems, and therefore he's not sorry. He thinks he's allowed to go around treating anybody the way he wants to, whenever he has a bad day or whatever, and that no one is supposed to hold him to the fire for it. Well, personally, I'm pretty fucking tired of hearing about it. I'm pretty tired of hearing, oh, Fousey crashed out again, guys. We gotta pray for his mental health. No, actually, we don't. You know, I pray for the people whose daily lives are constantly ruined and fucked with and affected because Fousey is still living this pipe dream of acting like a teenage child at 34. Those are the people I feel bad for, you know what I mean? Then he goes on to like act as if the shit that he did wasn't committed by him. He's like, but now that I'm Yusuf again and I'm seeing everything that Fousey did, I can't believe it. There is no difference between Fousey and Yusuf. He tries to act as if like, you know, he only does this shit when he's in character or whatever. No, man. Everything that he's done where he, you know, oh, I can't believe as Yusuf that I did that. That is Yusuf. The shit that he's doing is Yusuf. This whole, oh, let's play it off like it's the character or it's a different perversion of me. Nah, bro, we're not doing that shit. This isn't fucking split personality hour here, brother. Imagine like actually thinking that way as a grown man. Like that's the problem, you know? He's had so many opportunities to address his mental health, you know, to go get it treated, get taken care of, but he doesn't take those opportunities. He'll act like he's getting help half-heartedly, and then after a few days when everyone forgets that he's getting help, he just acts like it never fucking happened and he stops and he he doesn't do the treatment or whatever, and he goes right back to doing exactly what he always does. But then, of course, whenever the shit happens, I as Yusuf, I can't believe Fousey did that the other day. Nah, bro, we're not doing that shit. Like, this is literally the actions of like an 8-year-old child, you know? Like, you fucking like, hey, little Timmy, why are you going around slapping the other kids at school? I got a call. I'm sorry, Dad. It's just, it's my imaginary friend that makes me do it, bro. That's the type of shit you'd hear from like an 8-year-old child. And this is a 34-year-old grown man who's supposedly a multi-millionaire, who's been given every opportunity under the book to have the easiest, most, you know, luxurious lifestyle possible, but is incapable of holding it together long enough to even see that happen. And so now he's continuing the pity party, the woe is me, oh, everybody feel bad for Fousey. He's in his Discord leaving even more goofy, cartoonish messages.
Yo, I'm not gonna explain myself. I'm not gonna read shit. I'm not gonna like do anything. I'm not gonna say sorry. You're allowed to feel how you feel. I'm allowed to feel how I feel. Nobody gave a fuck about me, so I don't give a fuck about anybody.
So Fousey, again, is openly admitting the shit that he really thinks, but he's trying to mask it as something else. When he says, people are allowed to believe what they want to believe, I'm allowed to believe what I want to believe. The reason he says that is because obviously anyone in their right mind views what Fousey is doing as just bullshit, as just scumbag bullshit, okay? But Fousey, he wants to be free from consequence, and so he thinks that how he behaves is okay or acceptable. And then he goes on to say, nobody ever gave a fuck about me. This is, by the way, after he's gotten probably a dozen different opportunities from everybody under the sun, literally handed to him for no reason other than the fact that he's famous for being a fucking moron. And then he says, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. And that's the real Fousey talking right there. That's the real person behind the facade, behind all the bullshit. He doesn't care about anybody else. He doesn't care about how they feel, how they see things. But woe is me, guys. What if I kill myself? I'm Fousey, though. You gotta feel bad for me. When it comes to me, you can't hold me to the same mentality, to the same standards I hold you to. You gotta feel bad for me. You gotta feel sympathy for me, because what if I kill myself? That's the type of shit that he thinks, and the type of shit that he says. And you're expected to just be like, oh, well, I guess I gotta feel bad for the guy. Nah, man, we're over that.
Like I always say, and this time I'm serious, they can catch me if they fucking can. I'm getting drunk tonight, I'm smoking a pack of cigarettes, I'm doing coke. I'm doing everything. And you know what? No one can stop me. By the way, they're not allowed at my funeral.
All right, so now he's just talking once again like a fucking 12-year-old child. Once again, 34-year-old grown man capable of taking out loans, signing contracts, voting in elections, operating a motor vehicle. 34-year-old grown man sitting here telling us, well, guys, I think I'm really going to do it this time. I'm literally going home right now. I'm going to smoke a whole pack of cigarettes. I'm literally going to drink my dad's alcohol right now. You literally can't stop me. Like, what? You're 34 years old, bro. I'm going home and I'm getting drunk, man. Okay, sure, bro. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna smoke a whole pack of cigarettes. Woo! Holy fuck, guys. He might pull out the Marlboro menthols. Everybody's scared yet? Like, who gives a fuck, man? Sorry to say it, but who cares, bro? Like, obviously he's like trying to, because he's doing the whole sobriety thing, which is fine. Like, I get it. You know, sobriety is a good thing. A lot of people, they need to be sober. They need to stay away from drugs and alcohol. Makes them a better person. Probably so for Fousey too, but he obviously doesn't care about being a better person. So why should I care about him being a better person? This fucking idiot doesn't care about anyone else or how they feel or how they think. Why should I care that he's gonna relapse? Like, we're both grown men, bro. I know that that may sound harsh. I understand. But once again, keep in mind, this is literally just for Fousey. Like, other people struggling with sobriety and shit, I stand all the way for them, man. Like, if that's what you need to do to make your life better, go for it. You know, that's what you need to do. But once again, Fousey isn't that guy. He doesn't care about bettering himself. He doesn't care about living a better life and, you know, making sure that he's the best version of himself. He only uses sobriety and shit like that as a weapon or a negotiating chip. Like right now, he's finally facing some controversy because he crashed out and made a fucking idiot out of himself. So now all of a sudden, I'm not gonna be sober anymore. I'm gonna go do coke and drink and smoke cigarettes, man. I'm a real big kid now. He doesn't give a fuck about his own sobriety. Why should I care about his sobriety? He doesn't care about making himself a better person and living the right life. Why should I care for him? Like, imagine actually sitting there and saying this in your own Discord. Like, honestly thinking people are gonna be like, wow, man, this is awesome. I love Fousey, bro. What an awesome guy. I'm a real big fan of this guy. And then, of course, he death baits, because this is what Fousey always does. They're not allowed to be at my funeral, guys. You better not let none of the big mean bullies who tried to hold me accountable for committing a crime. You better not let none of them to my funeral from smoking all these cigarettes. It's like, okay, bro, I guess I'm not invited to your fucking funeral. You know what I mean? I guess, oh, wow, woe is me, man. The fact that I can't go to Fousey's funeral, I might have to crack this bottle of Henny next to me open right now and take a fucking swig. I just don't know what to do anymore, guys. I don't know. It's a constant going cycle. You know what I mean? And I know that I probably sound pretty harsh in this video, but honestly, I'm just fucking fed up. You know, I'm fed up like I feel like a lot of other people are now. This is somebody who constantly suicide baits, constantly death baits for attention. And I'm not saying the guy doesn't have mental health struggles and whatnot. He obviously does. But going around telling everybody, oh, you're not allowed at my funeral because you're finally facing the fire for what you did, bro, not a good look. And honestly, it makes people a lot less sympathetic towards the concept of that shit happening. I'm just gonna say it out loud, man. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm gonna say the fucking uncomfortable quiet part out loud. Because a lot of people, they want to handle Fousey with kid gloves. They want to, you know, oh, well, you can't say anything too harsh about him or to him because he might snap, right? This guy doesn't give a fuck about anybody else around him. He doesn't care about their physical safety. He doesn't care about their mental health. He degrades normal, common working people. He tells them to go work at fucking Chuck E. Cheese. They're not worth paying shit. And then when everybody's like, hey, Fousey's a fucking asshole, now all of a sudden, I'm gonna go wittily smoke a whole pack of cigarettes. You can't come to my funeral no more. It's like, dude, grow the fuck up. It is what it is, man. If you're mad at me for not giving a fuck that Fousey is crashing out for the umpteenth time, man, feel free to be upset. I'm just gonna say what realistically most people are thinking. It is what it is, man. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus. Gonna go crack open a pack of smokes real quick. And signing out. And that's a wrap on this video, but big shout out to my Optimus Nation supporters. You guys are the real MVPs. For $10 a month, you get access to loads of exclusive videos and archived live streams, my members only Minecraft server where you can possibly appear in gameplay, early access to all new uploads, an invitation to the private Discord, and much more.